Asiaya hlalolitzo sali sidstat, altiet slachel u hoyalik chach aquist olju. Good day, friends. My name is Natosha Gobin, and today we are going to be making some Devil's Club healing salve. We are going to take you through the steps to show you how to take some Devil's Club bark and create some healing salve. The items that we are going to be using today are right here on the table. We're going to be using a clear gallon jar. We're going to be using some extra virgin olive oil, and this is going to be the carrier oil. This is what all of the medicine will get infused into. We're going to be using some coconut oil. When we combine this is going to help the healing salve absorb into the skin. And then we will be using these beeswax pellets, and these are going to help combine the infused oil and the coconut oil. The beeswax is going to combine it into a solid. Some of the utensils that you'll need, we have some metal measuring cups, some stainless steel measuring cups. This one happens to be 1 cup, and this is 1/3 of a cup. We have this metal strainer. This is going to help us strain the oil that's currently being infused. Once the healing salve is ready, the containers that you can use, they vary from 1/2 ounce, 1 ounce, 2 ounce, and we also have these 4 ounce amber containers. We are going to combine these ingredients and we are going to warm them up. At home, you can use a double boiler. We found these candle making kits that happen to be very convenient. These are intended for warming up beeswax to create candles, and they work perfectly for warming up and combining ingredients for healing salve. There's a variety of ways that you can process Devil's Club, and one of my favorite ways to process is you're going to break apart the Devil's Club bark. This is the inner bark of the Devil's Club. We had already harvested it. We processed it by scraping off all of the spines, and we let this dry. So this is dry and ready to be broken up. The more surface area that you have, the more the medicine is going to be drawn out from utilizing the olive oil. So we're going to break this up. If it's a dry material, when you're infusing the oil, you only need to fill your jar up halfway. You do not need to fill it up all the way. The medicine is more potent when it's in its dry form. So we have our jar here, and we're going to take our extra virgin olive oil. We choose this carrier oil because there are less chances of having somebody with an allergy. There are a variety of carrier oils that you can use, but we really like to stick with this one because we want to make sure that people are able to utilize this. We're going to pour the oil, completely covering all of the Devil's Club. We're going to fill it to almost to the top. Now, once it's full, you're going to want to write Devil's Club and today's date. That is very important so nobody gets confused about what's infusing inside this container. So we will end up writing Devil's Club. We will put today's date on top of this. And the way that this is going to infuse, we're going to put it in the windowsill, and we are going to let the sun naturally help warm up the oil and draw the medicine out of the Devil's Club. You can let it sit in the windowsill for 4 to 6 weeks. The longer you let it infuse, the stronger the medicine can get. So this one is going to go in the windowsill. And what we end up with is this beautiful amber colored infused Devil's Club oil. This Devil's Club oil was processed and put in the windowsill on June 24th. It's been a couple months, so this is more than ready for us to make some amazing medicine today. Our next step is to take this Devil's Club that's been infused. We are going to strain it and put it into this 1 gallon jar. And when it comes to this part, it's nice to have a helping hand. So I'm gonna ask Melissa, can you please help me to Lushootseed? That color is very beautiful. This is how you know that the medicine has been drawn out of the Devil's Club. This is a really beautiful amber color. Some people have asked, once the Devil's Club oil is strained, can you reuse these little pieces? No, you can't. I've tried it, it doesn't work. So I'm gonna try to pour as much of this as I can. Eventually, we're going to transfer all of this oil into the jar, but we can save this part for later. Lushootseed, Melissa. So I'm gonna let this continue to do its thing right there. This smells so beautiful. Okay, for a small batch of Devil's Club healing salve, what we're going to do is we are going to take 1 cup of the infused oil. We're gonna pour it into our warmer. That wasn't quite full, so I'm gonna get just a little bit more. And then we are going to take the beeswax pellets. If you can get your hands on local beeswax, it creates such a smooth and consistent healing salve. We do have a tribal member who does have beeswax. And I've made healing salve with their beeswax, and it is beautiful. So we're gonna take the equal parts of infused oil, equal parts of beeswax. So I've got 1/3, 2/3, and we have a cup. We're going to turn this on. We don't want to turn it on too high. We really just want to heat up the oil so that it can warm up the pellets and they can start to combine. You're going to want to keep stirring the Devil's Club infused oil and the beeswax until it's clear. When the beeswax starts melting, it starts to get a little cloudy, and you'll know that you're ready for the next step once they're completely combined and warmed up. So this is clear, all of the wax is melted down. The next step is we're going to want to add in some coconut oil, and I just noticed Lushootseed, I forgot one of my tools that I needed. So I'm gonna ask Melissa if she could bring me a spoon. Lushootseed. So we're gonna use a spoon, remembering that we did a cup of the infused oil, a cup of the beeswax. We just wanna take a scoop of the coconut oil and we're gonna drop it in there. That one doesn't really call for any direct measurement. The Devil's Club infused olive oil is what holds all the medicine. The beeswax combined with it makes it a solid. And then this scoop of coconut oil, this is gonna allow it to absorb into your skin. There are a variety of healing salve recipes that you can use. Some people like using vitamin E oil. Some people like combining other infused oils. We've done a cedar bough oil with the Devil's Club. Sometimes you can combine other infused oils that have the same properties. Cottonwood has a good healing property that's similar to Devil's Club. This will help with chronic pain, arthritis symptoms. So once again, we stirred until the consistency shows that it's combined, because the oil is all clear, it's consistent. We know that everything is infused together. You want to make sure that you turn your burner off. We are done with this portion of warming up all of the ingredients to combine them together. And the next step we're going to do is we're going to pour these in some containers. I'm going to grab one of the 4-ounce jars. We'll do 2 of the 2-ounce jars. Two of the 1-ounce jars. And let's try 2 of the 1/2-ounce jars, just so you can see a variety of these sizes. We choose these containers. They are heat resistant. They protect the medicine as you're using it. They're very sturdy, so if you put these in your purse or your backpack, then they hold up pretty well without spilling. For these, we want to try to fill them up pretty close to the top. So I'm trying to fill these pretty close to the top of the container. That's what makes this, heating it up in this, very convenient, because we're able to pour it. I noticed that I can fill up some of this one a little more. So we'll fill up that 4-ounce. Let's try to top off the 2-ounce. So usually if I have some extra in here, I'm just gonna make sure that we fill these as much as we can. We wanna be generous with the medicines that we are sharing. That one got really close. And I have enough in here that I'm going to grab another 2-ounce, and we will put the remainder in here. The next step is we're just gonna wait for these to become a solid. Wherever you're making these medicines, if it's hot, you're gonna wanna turn on a fan, you're gonna wanna open up a door, you're gonna wanna open up a window. The airflow is going to help cool these down and help create a solid. After about 5 minutes of cooling, you can see that the healing salve has now become a solid. So we will be able to cover these ones up. We'll put a label on these that'll state what type of medicine is in here. So our label will say Devil's Club. It'll share what ingredients we utilize to create this medicine, and it will also give a little explanation on how this healing salve can help benefit with some of your ailments. A last thing that I want to mention, all of the supplies that we use through creating these medicines, we like to use glass, we like to use stainless steel. because when we go to clean them, we are just taking paper towels and we're giving them a good wipe. We don't want to put these through a dishwasher. We don't want to wash them with soap and water. We don't want to add any contaminants into what we're going to be creating medicines in. Another good reminder is when you store your healing salve, you want to make sure that you're not putting them anywhere directly in the sun. I've accidentally left these in my van on a hot sunny day, and if you go to open it up, it's going to be liquefied. So make sure that you store it in a cool space so that it can remain in that solid consistency, and make sure you have some on you so that whenever you have any aches or pains, you can utilize some Devil's Club healing salve. Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this little demo on making some Devil's Club healing salve. If you have any questions, please reach out to us, and we would love to see you at any of our upcoming events.
I want to thank my assistant. Oh, so great. Mark, secondary mark. No, you got to do it here so all cameras can get it. Behind the scenes on this one would be awesome.